Alright, so today I'm going to show you guys different cloak and dagger tips and tricks from a Grandmaster player here in Marvel Rivals. So let's get started with the main source of healing. The only source of healing is dagger. So dagger, little tips and tricks. Dagger obviously heals with left click. It auto aims and locks on the players based on who needs the heals and whoever you're aiming at closest to. It also does the same with enemies. As you can see, it's red and it damages. It does a little bit of damage, not a lot. Your main focus as dagger should not be to do damage unless you really see someone at like absolute one shot. Then sure, go for it. Get a little couple in, but also mainly keep your team up for heals. Right, you guys know this. Now, the next thing is to make sure that you guys combine her orb and heals really well with her dagger. Anyone that's in the orb gets healing over time and the bar stays green for them to receive even more healing. So if you have the orb out, make sure that you're healing while they're also in it. Obviously, keep the heals up on them best you can. Same thing goes for the E. If you E them, if the health bar is green, they receive more healing. So make sure you guys use that to your advantage. Or if you really feel like someone's about to die and you ain't got much choice, just use both of them on them and they instantly get a lot of health back. It helps keep them up for a good majority of the time. Now, make sure that also, let's say your team has great health on them. Everyone's full HP. You kept them up well, but the enemy's low. This is when you would then switch to cloak. You want to make sure that as cloak, you get your damage in if your team is like settled in, full HP, or they're really in on someone and you can help them kill. They're coming up ahead. Cloak, because remember, this is two characters. You don't want to spend most of your time on dagger and you don't want to spend most of your time on cloak. Make sure you're swapping in between both of them a good amount of the time. If your team is full up or your other support is popping ult, like let's say you have a Luna Snow and they're popping ult, switch to cloak. The Luna Snow will take care of healing the team, switch to cloak and get some damage in. Now, with cloak, it's important to know that his E not only blinds them, it does damage and it makes them vulnerable. So if the enemy is applying that pressure, your team is full on HP, switch to cloak, blind and vulnerable them. They take more damage when they're vulnerable. So your team can capitalize on it. Let's say you're getting dove on by Black Panther or something. Switch to cloak and blind them. Have your team turn around, help kill. They take way more damage when blinded and vulnerable. Obviously, if you're getting dove on or you need to reposition yourself because you're about to die, you press right click and reposition yourself. You can hold space to fly up and get to where you need to go. Play high ground. Play these different locations. The range on the damage for cloak at least is very far too. And then with dagger, it also has just as much good as range. You can play high ground, position yourself well, and switch between them. Now, another tip with cloak and dagger, and this is the main one that I want you guys to leave this video with and use in your games. I want to see more people do this. Cloak and dagger's ult can be used in one of two ways. One, every time you dash, it's a line of healing. So you can use it to enter your team in onto a site or onto a location. Have the team run through the path. Get heals over time. Have them do that. Another thing you can do is every time you dash, it stacks. So you can dash over itself multiple times and have a lot of healing. Now, there's a trick to this though. If you dash over each other 3 times, you can do this. 2, 3. Then you can proceed to right click. Now in this station, you will receive so much health that your health will not drop from 250 or whatever HP you're at. That is a way of being invincible. You receive just as much healing as Luna Snow and her ult, even more. And the only way to kill Cloak and Dagger out of that is with like a burst, like an Iron Man ult or Scarlet Witch or anything like that. So if your team is very low, use this invincible trick and stack it multiple times, since each time you go it's a stack, and just right click. And look, even with the robot shooting, just not dying or taking damage. You just sit at 250. So that is my recommendation with the ult. Use it to make your team invulnerable for a little bit on a point or somewhere, or in a little chokehold. But also make sure you use it to enter your team into a little hallway, into a point. Let's say you guys can't leave main. You guys are struggling to walk out of main. Just switch and have it go through the main entrance. And also, since this is healing over time, you could just switch to Cloak and get some damage in yourself while your trail is healing. Make sure that this, remember, like I said, this is 2 characters, so use both as much as you guys can. Get your heals in. That's your first priority, is making sure your team is alive, healing. But if your abilities are on cooldown, switch to Cloak. And your team is well healed, switch to Cloak. Get some damage in. They're vulnerable, do even more damage. Reposition yourself if you're really low or in the mix. Get some high ground. Keep your team alive. Oh, they're low. Boom, 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 boom. Blind. Boom, 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 boom. Make sure you guys are utilizing both characters, please, and not only just staying on one. And that is my tips and tricks for Cloak and Dagger. Short little video, making sure that you Cloak and Dagger players really do it right and win your comp games. You know, because I feel like they're an underrated healer in lower rank. Everyone goes Luna Snow or Mantis or like anyone else, but like Cloak and Dagger, really strong healer. And I recommend you guys start playing with them more. And that's my tips and tricks with Cloak and Dagger. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.